What is this all about? This is the central struggle in the West. The Democrat Party's objective is to flood the West with millions upon millions of illegals from the developing world, from the poor nations of the world, the failed states of the world, the collapsing states of the world, believing that in so doing, they will collapse the West. They will collapse the middle class. They will collapse the population that has lived here before the migrants came. And in so doing, they think in the rubble of that, they can rule. They can sit on top of the pile of ashes. Ask yourself this: why is it that Democrats are so insistent that unlimited numbers of illegals from countries that are incapable of managing their own affairs come here? Countries like Somalia, countries like Haiti, countries that have no history of successful self-government, and they want unlimited numbers of illegals from those countries and refugees from those countries to come here with no chance at the pace, the scale, the scope of arrivals at being able to assimilate and integrate into the American way of life. ICE officers are heroes and they need the support of the American people. President Trump is liberating our towns just as he was promised, just as the American people overwhelmingly voted to give him a mandate to do just 5 months ago.
Let's welcome to the show Florida Republican Congressman and gubernatorial candidate in Florida, Byron Donalds. Congressman, all right, these 10 alleged members of a North Texas Antifa terror cell are accused of ambushing an ICE facility in Alvarado, Texas. Liberals, though, spent 4 years fear-mongering about the organized white supremacist threat on January 6th. How in the world are they just so silent on this topic?
They're silent on it because they want ICE disbanded. They frankly agree with ICE agents being attacked. And it's just how reprehensible the radical Democratic left has become. They would rather see agents who are out there just doing their job on behalf of the American people, because like that clip from Stephen Miller said, the American people gave Donald Trump a mandate for ICE to deport illegal aliens out of the United States. That is a fact. And because they cannot abide with the will of the people, they think it's okay to attack these agents. Look, I've met several of these agents all across the country. These guys and ladies, by the way, they're white, they're black, they're Hispanic. They're just doing their job. I was, when the governor opened up Alligator Alcatraz the other day, I had a chance to talk to some of the agents and I asked them, how's morale? And they said morale is very, very high because now they're allowed to do their job. Unlike how it was under Joe Biden. They're allowed to do their job by Donald Trump. And so the radical left does not like that. And since they can't win politically, now they're going to resort to violence. But I know that Donald Trump has their back. We have their back. These agents need to be protected. They're just doing their job. And these 10 need to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Yeah, they need to be. I'm glad to see so many arrested and very quickly. But you're right. They need to be prosecuted and put away and never, ever see the light of day. They attempted to kill a federal officer. It's that simple. And they wanted to be successful. Sitting in a tree waiting to ambush. I mean, that's the allegation. But you're right, Congressman. There are a lot of those in political office on the left who advocated for abolishing ICE. And now it seems to morph, not for all of them, certainly, but for far too many of them to abolish ICE by abolishing those people. And that's what's so scary for the men and women who actually serve.
No, it's true. And listen, they are going to be stone quiet on this. Like you said, they won't say a word. They're not going to condemn the violence. They should. Look, at the end of the day, these officers are trying to do the job that they signed up for. They were hired to do this job. They took an oath to the United States to do this job and to follow the laws. And for them to essentially have somebody waiting in the trees shooting at them, I mean, that's ridiculous. These men and women, they have families too. They want to be able to go home when their shifts are over too. And so we can't have this. You can't have a situation where you have citizens just hanging out ready to take shots at these guys simply because you do not like the fact that the American people want deportations and that President Trump is carrying out the will of the American people.
He does. The president has a mandate and he's executing on it with Tom Homan and others and Secretary Noem. And thank you, Congressman Byron Donalds of the great state of Florida.